Hi guys, today's video is going to be an update on my book journal of my actual book one, not my folder one. Because my folder one I've been somewhat updating as I'm going on each month. But my book journal I haven't updated in a while. I haven't updated it since I finished filming my my name determines my books I read, I think it was, which I think I finished in May. So I haven't updated this in May because I think that video came out in June and I think I finished it like a week or two before that video went out. So yeah, so I've got some stuff to do. And that, so I also thought I might as well go through it again with you guys so you guys can see it updated and how much I've actually done so far and stuff. So yeah, so I've got everything that I need. I've got like the highlighters that I need for it to highlight everything. I've got the pieces of paper since I'm changing the month layouts now, which is on like a sticker back and stuff. Some of them I did need to obviously reprint because it was towards the edge. So I've got all of that and I'm going from there. I've also got like extra books on here which I haven't read yet, which are not going to be put into the book yet. They will just be slotted in the back pocket. But to go through the book first, obviously this is the front cover. I've got some like stickers on the back. And then I've got my TBR for next year, just loosely in there. I just put reading journal on like these lines. That is just telling me where I got up to in this, what book I got up to. And filling this out. And then more into it, just a label for like which highlighter is for what like section and thing and that. But I got the books, then I got these crazy pages of like stickers and stuff which aren't actually stickers, they're just like a collage stuff, and then butterfly brown pagey books. And then it gets into my ABC reading challenge, which actually has one. I've got one for A, H, N, S, T and M at the moment. I think a couple more might be filled, I'm not sure. I know D will definitely be filled. And that, but I don't know if any more will be filled also. But yeah, so my A to Z reading challenge is slowly getting there. And then romance tropes are somewhat done as well. So I've done second chance romance, love triangle, fake relationship and forced proximity at the moment. But I've still got all the rest to do. This one I have not touched, purely because I haven't really done a book within that month yet. I guess I could technically mark this one off, any romance novel in October, since I am reading a romance book, but I don't think I've fully read a romance book for the whole of the month, so maybe not. But yeah, that one might get done next month or so. Then my 100 book challenge, which obviously these are 100 books, and then there was just like extra hearts because I had like space at the bottom, so I just put a bunch of hearts. I'm on book 14 at the moment. Obviously a bunch more will be coloured in, and that, and then I've just told myself which book it starts with, to help me work out where I'm at. I think I'm like here at the moment because I've read 24 books this week, yeah, so I might be here or here kind of thing. But there's that. My 25 classic books, not touched since I haven't read that, but I will touch that and start reading that next year. And then my book bingo, I haven't got a bingo yet, and I don't think I'm gonna get one in a while because I don't think I'm reading. Actually, yeah, I have read a book that's been made into a movie because I read Thursday Murder Club, so I will have a bingo once I finish this out. But I'm not rereading a book or anything, so yeah. And I've also read a sequel and stuff, so some of this will be able to do that. But yeah. And then my previous book challenge, the previous book challenge thing, I haven't done. I've only done it with like the first book that I started with. I haven't added to it yet. I also don't think I've read something that begins with an I yet, so I can't continue it anyway. So there's that. And then my TBR is that I do need to add some books to my 2025 added to TBR, which is like the first 3 of the Chestnut Ridge series, the with like Fearless, Heartless and Powerless. Is it Powerless? Yeah, I think it's Powerless. I need to add to this page, since obviously Reckless by Elsie Silver was one of my blind dates for the book, which I need to mark off. I also need to add in my blind date with the book for like November's lot because I've already filmed that video. So that will be added into this off camera, just so there's no like spoiler or anything of what book it is, but I need to add that to here as well. But that was like a standalone book, so that doesn't matter, but I need to add the first 3 of the Chestnut Ridge series to this side, since they obviously got added to my TBR for me to be able to read the blind date with the book. So I need to add that, mark off my 2 blind dates with the book, fill in what book my blind date with the book was, and then mark off Daisy Hates and Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home and Daisy Hates The Great Undoing, since I've read them and I'm currently on Magnolia Park's Into the Dark. So that one will be left. And that, so there's that. And then obviously my book stats. This is how I used to do it. I used to draw the thing and then colour it in. So I done like December of 2024. So I might want to write 2024 on here actually, near December. And then 2025 next to January. But there's them, and then my 2 books that I read, which was Meet Me in London and Meet Me in Hawaii. And then I done little yellow stars for the stars and then red hearts for the spice. And then I've done February and March and stuff with my like drawings, and then added all the books that I done. And then obviously the books that I don't rate obviously don't have a rating underneath them, but I done that. I've got quite a few books on here because of my reading for 24 hours, so there's that one. And then I'm technically on this page for April and May because I need to do the side. I've also been doing it 2 months in one like section because I don't always finish the book in 1 month, apart from when I done the reading for 24 hours. I managed to read most of them in a day. But some of them I end up going over like 2 months or so, or if it does take me a few months, I end up putting it on the one that is the month which I finished it on, instead of starting it or whatever. I put it on with the month that I finished the book on. But I need to do April and May's little thing, which I've got here, so I'll just cut them out and stick them on. And then this is this one done, and then I've got June and July, which I'll be doing. I've already started adding one of the books there, so I need to finish doing the books on that one. And then I've got August and September to do, and then October, November, and then I've technically got December, but I don't know whether I want to do December as its own month kind of thing, and then try and do January, February and mash them up next year together so that it's equal, and do December as its own like 2 thing, and then do the TBR for next year, because I might start doing the TBR for next year as well, since I do have my little thing. Or I want to do TBR for next year, get there, and then add December and January together, because I'm like, there's 12 months, they all can join together within the same year. So I might try and do that, do December as its own page and go from there. But yeah, so that is what it looks like so far. So I just need to go through and see if there's anything getting added to any of the challenges first, and colour them in and stuff, and then also cut out like all of this and stick this on. This is all like sticker paper, so I should be able to just cut this out and then peel it off and stick it down. Here's hoping. This is like my first time using this paper. And then I've also got like my folder here, which tells me what books I've read and when I've read them, and like my star and spice rating to be able to be added into this. I do also need to update this and put photos in this one. But yeah, so I've got that to help me out there. But let's get started. So I'm going to start off with the A to Z reading challenge. I'm just going to look through my thing. I know Daisy Hates is definitely going to be on there. So I'm going to do that one. And add this to it. So Daisy Hates by Tressa Hastings. Hastings, and then I can add Flawless. I do it, so I do like, obviously the letter is in the green, and then I just write the whole title including the letter. So Flawless by Artie Silver. And then Heartless, I've got H. Powerless, I can add. Powerless or Reckless, I can add. And then M, I've already got one for M, which is Meet Me in Hawaii. And then I got teas, which I've got one for tea already, which is under here. And then another D, and then obviously the other Magnolia Parks, which I'm currently reading, which I've got one for M anyway. I don't know why I was pointing at A. So yeah, I managed to add 4 then. So all I've got left with the alphabet is B, C, E, G, I, J, K, L, O, Q, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, which is great. So I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. If I counted that right. That one is done. Romance tropes. I know there is an age gap that I've done. Which one is it? This one. Enemies to lovers. I don't think any of them are enemies to lovers. But there is definitely an age gap. I don't know if that was the right highlighter actually. No. I think it was, it just didn't darken. Then roommates, no. Mistaken identity, no. Marriage of convenience, no. Royalty, celebrity, no. Torture, tyranny, no. Bully, no. Best friend's brother, no. Beauty and the Beast, no. Roommates, no. Revenge, no. Secret Billionaire, no. Forbidden Love, no. I don't think so. Let me look up one of my books, because I don't know if one of my books could be technically that. Romance, I spelled that wrong. Trope. No. Okay, cool. And then there's only one bed is no. Enemies to lovers. Okay, so actually Flawless is a grumpy / sunshine. My glasses are fogging up because it's quite warm. Enemies to lovers and of one bed trope, which I forgot. And I'll try to do only one like romance trope per thing. So I might do there's only one bed. Because I feel like that's going to be the hardest trope to try and get off. So I'm gonna do that one. I also forgot about that part of the story. And then I think, is it Powerless by Elsie Silver? That is the friends to lovers one. think. Yeah, Friends to Lovers. And that because age gap is Heartless. I know that for a fact. But it could also be used as one of my other books anyway. But we marked off 3, which is great. And now I'm done with that highlighter. That one I'm not doing. This one. So what was I done with? I've gone up to Mist and Fury, so which is that one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books I've read since. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So number 23 I'm doing up to, because number 24 would be Meet Me in London, which I didn't add to this because it was part of last year and I'm starting this from this year. So yeah, the book that I'm currently on would be number 24. And now I've kind of done this, so the start of this year of books that I've fully read this year, and then books to see when my like last 100 is going to be like the year this finishes. And then these extra ones I will just write what year they were in inside the heart and then colour them in. I think. And that, I think that will be the easiest thing and stuff. But yeah, do that. I'm also going to add another sticky note in here to be like done up to whichever one I've done up to, which is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, is going to replace this one that says done up to A Court of Mist and Fury. I think I'm done with that highlighter now. Just done that. That one's not getting touched. Onto this one. Book Bingo, which is which colour? 7, which will be this one. Which I can do Made into a Movie, which is the Thursday Murder Club. And that I might use my... Oh, I'm just thinking, do I use my orange pen to do a line? But then I'm also thinking I don't want to. So I might leave it. And stuff. Reread, I haven't reread anything made into a series. I don't think anything I've read is being made into a series. I think some of them are getting an adaptation, but I haven't like fully done that. Saw it on BookTok or Bookstagram. No, I don't think so. And that them a mystery. I guess Thursday Murder Club was a mystery, but I put it as made into a movie, so no to that one. One word title. Flawless, Heartless, Reckless and Powerless are all one word titles, so one of them can class as that. Also, if you can hear a squeaking, it is like the table because I'm leaning on it. Thriller I have not read. A sequel, Daisy Hates is a sequel, so do that. Or Heartless is a sequel, so they count as them. On my TBR for more than a year. No, none of these have been on my TBR for more than a year. Book club pick, no. Diverse author. I don't think so. Spicy, yes, because some of the like Chestnut Ridge series is spicy. So one of them can go as the one word title, another one can go as spicy. And then new release, no. I do have, one thing that I'm doing is I am gonna do like a Christmas book advent calendar kind of thing, which is reading, I think it's a chapter a day or so. I don't know what actually it is, but it's like a book where it's like all like folded into, you read one thing a day of it, which is coming how it is. So I might mark that one off as new release, since I think it got released this year. So that can be marked off as that one, but obviously that will be in December. But yeah, there's that one. But I've got 2 bingos, which is great. I've almost got a bingo there if I do a reread, which probably won't happen this year. It might happen next year. I'm not sure. But yeah. I might add like on one of like the lines, like if there's a row there, then I might add here, down on like this side of it, so that way what year I finished it. And then for like the columns, add at the bottom what year I do that bingo also. So I might do that. Like this. Since I think some of these bingos I might end up doing or like finishing like next year or a couple years later. And I won't redo a book bingo until this one is finished. Previous book thing I can't do because I haven't done one that starts with an I. I haven't read a book that starts with an I to add it next. So yeah, some of these I might try and focus on and do next year. Like some of this I might try and get some of these done like next year, like get half of them also done, or get like a row at least done. I don't know if I'll do this, but I might try and get some of these read as well. And that, get at least like 3 done next year or so. And then I think like 14 of these are gonna get read next year. So that is gonna be having a dent in the 25. And then obviously try and do some of that, do some of this next year, and go from there. But yeah, so I need to do that. I need to add the next few books. So I need to add Flawless. I don't know why I had Fearless in my head. Flawless by L.C. Silver. And then I spelled Heartless wrong then. Got the E. Heartless. L.C. Silver. And then Powerless. Let's see. Silver. I will add this one in after I finish filming this video. But they all can be coloured. So I need to do Daisy Hates can be coloured. Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. Daisy Hates The Great Undoing. Magnolia Park's Into the Dark needs to stay how it is. Court of Wings and Ruins, Court of Frost and Starlight, and Court of Silver Flames need to stay how they are. My 2 blind dates with the book I have read. so they can be marked off, and that is that done. And then these 3 need to be marked off as well. And then add this back onto here, which this will stay where it is for now, this tab, until I have finished like marking off this TBR. I do need to add another one to here actually, which will be my Christmas Advent book thing actually. So I've added an extra heart, and I'll write down what it's called and who it's by and stuff when it comes, because I can't think of it off the top of my head and I just don't want to scroll through my phone to find out. So there's that. Now onto the book stats. Where did I get up to? April and May. So I'm gonna move these over here since one of these actually has, oh no, that one can be on show, that's fine. I need to cut out my there you go. I just needed to cut out the blind date with a book that you guys haven't seen and do that. But yeah, so I need to do April and May. And then that should be April and May done once I stick these on. And that, so that can go there for now. Take the mat off. And then try and find the peel edge. To add April there. Actually, let me do my little done up to on here. To, what is it? Daisy Hates. Great. Undoing. So then that other one can be written. And then do May. And then because I've already added the first Daisy Hates onto here anyway, that can go there. Which looks like so. So it's just like a flowery one, and then another like flowery one, which that can be moved to there. And then because I've added Daisy Hates here, I already know that section is done. So I need June and July. It's July is on that one, but June is on this one. June, So for June, it's just going to be like this watermelon one. I have not like designed these or anything. I just took some off Pinterest that looked nice for like months. So yeah, so June done. July. What I also haven't realised is they somewhat match a theme each month, or each couple months, and that wasn't even on purpose, that was just me doing this. And then July is this one, which, oh, that's upside down, which is cherries and stuff, to stick that on there. And then what else needs to go on? June and July, the whole of the Elsie silver thing. What I might do is actually cut everything out first, that might be easier, and then work out what page everything goes on. That might be the easiest thing to do. So I know Thursday Murder Club does not go on this page since I only read it this month, I think it was. So yeah, and then cut out this month. That's a month page. And that's a month page. Count these. Then there. And then one last month to cut out. And then the rubbish can go over there. And then let's do these ones. And then that page is done with. And last month page to cut out. To go there. And that was done with. And so are the scissors. So, okay, so Flawless is the only other one to go on there, because Heartless and Reckless were finished in July, so there's only 2 books on this page. So Flawless was finished in July. Heartless was started in July but finished in August, so yeah, that one's going to be on August. So Flawless, and then I need to do these stars, so 4 and 5, so 4, Daisy hates 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then Spice is 2 and 5. 1, 2. Is this even the right colour? I don't think it is. I think I just used one of like them ones, not my red. So I'm gonna put that one away and use one of these. And then, oh yeah, it's this colour that I used. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And done that. So on to August and September. Take that off. So for August, I've just got this like sunflower one. So that can go there. And then September is this flowery kind of one. Like so. And then for August and September, it is Heartless, Powerless, Reckless, and then Magnolia Park's A Long Way Home, my other Blind Date with a Book, which I can't put on here yet, and that is it. And then them ones I haven't read or finished yet, so them ones will be put elsewhere. But yeah, so let's put the 4 that I can do on here. So Heartless, Powerless. I just stick them like randomly on here. Reckless, and then Magnolia Park's The Long Way Home. Yeah, because that was September. I'll go on here as well. And then star rating 5, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one is on a different page, so I'm going to fill out these ones first and then do that one. And then these are all 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this is 4 and a 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2, 1, 2. And that is that done. So October, November is obviously the months that we are in while we're in October. So this one is not going to be like fully finished and stuff, but yeah. Oh, this one is October. It says like Happy Halloween, pumpkins and stuff like that. Like an autumny, Halloweeny kind of one. And then November, it looks like, and I can get it off the sticky back. Looks like this with some like leaves and autumnal with some like hedgehogs. I forgot what they were called then for November. I am tempted to put Daisy Hates Into the Dark onto this page because I feel like I'm going to finish it next month, but because I haven't finished it yet, I'm not going to put it in. But on this one, it's going to be Thursday Murder Club and Daisy Hates the Great Undoing, and that because I finished them this month. And then obviously once next month and I've finished any more, they will get added to this. But currently the ones that I haven't got printed off, but well, that I haven't read but I've got printed off is Magnolia Parks Into the Dark, which I'm currently reading, A Court of Wings and Ruin, A Court of Frost and Starlight, and then A Court of Silver Flames, which I have on my TBR but have not read yet. So they will get added soon, hopefully. And that. But yeah, so going to do that, and then for this it's 3, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. and then 0 for that one, non-spice, and then this one is 2. 1, 2. I am going to put this strip onto this page since this is like the month stats that I'm on. And then take off December. What I might do is do December on its own actually, and then do next year's TBR on here, which I might end up using both of these for next year's TBR since I do have like a lot of books that I want to get through and read. And do that, so yeah, might do that. So December, this is December, right? The right page, and then add December there, which is just a Santa hat that says December. And then with these last like few, I'm just gonna put them in this pocket here, which holds my wrap up for like the year of like the books. So when I do my 2025 wrap up, I've got all my notes here, and then also some layout that I'm thinking of doing for next year for my book stats. But yeah, so that is what's in there, and I'm gonna put these in there as well, just so they're together. But that is me doing this book. I am gonna do my 2026 TBR off camera and do my fill out the results and everything to do with my second blind date with the book in here off camera as well. And that, but yeah, so that is my updated book journal. And that's especially since I don't want to spoil anything, so keeping some of it off camera. But yeah, that is that. Just a quick update on what my book journal looks like. I should probably add this into the cover. Again, saying I've done up to Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. But yeah, so do that and go from there and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed a little like update on my book journal, since I think the last time I showed you guys is when I actually started doing the layouts and stuff in a vlog, I think it was. But yeah, so this one has like all like the challenges and like somewhat the months and stuff and that, and somewhat of like the display of that, and then also tells me what my TBR for the year is, and I can mark it off. Whereas this one houses like random pages. I'm just gonna flip through this quickly. My like spice rating system, my, no, that's my star rating system. I got confused by the hearts then. And then my spice rating system, my system of like a reading tracker, which I've got like last year's in here still, but also it's gonna be this year's, and then I'm gonna compare the two. But I haven't like done the colouring in yet. I've just added the pages, number of pages, and then I was like, I'll colour them in at the end of the year or so. And then just a front view of like the spice and stars of all the books that I've read within, I think I started this 2020, was that 2023 or 2022? It was one of the two when I started reading the Unhoneymoon, I can't speak now, that Unhoneymooners. I want to say that was 2022, because 2024 I started reading, oh, I can't remember now. It might have been 2023 actually, I'm not sure. I'm so confused. But yeah, I got all of them. To be honest, I need to finish doing like the spice and stuff with everyone and that. on here, and then a few blank ones, and then just the other like stats and stuff, like the book name, the author, the genre, the date that I read it on, or the dates of where, between what days and stuff, and then total pages in the book, and then my stars and spice rating and that in here. So this is more like a detailed one, whereas this one's just more nicer and stuff to look at and keeps track of other stuff. But yeah, so I will probably update this and show you guys probably next year now, towards the start of next year, when I go through my my book TBR, well, next year's TBR, reading TBR, and other stuff that I want to get done. So yeah, you guys might end up seeing this book again next year. Ouch, whack myself in the face with it. But yeah, I will see you guys Wednesday for, I think it's my blind date with the book, and I think that is the next video you guys will see. Well, obviously apart from the vlog on Sunday, but I think that's the next Wednesday video, is my blind date with the book, I think. So yeah, so I'll see you guys Wednesday for that. I think next month I've got a few reading videos next month, but yeah, I'll see you guys then for that on Wednesday, and then see you guys Sunday for another vlog. So I'll see you guys then. Bye!